and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Don't judge, and the old timers didn't either. Fighters chronologically as much as I do by the amount of fights they've had and the amount of punches they've taken. I judge them that way.
Because he definitely had the skill of a top five, just that he hasn't had the opposition that some guys were able to get, and that's not his fault. He just made one of the best fighters in his weight class.
Some experts, including Bob Arum, think Crawford's ability to fight effectively with both hands and his total versatility could make him the only boxer able to challenge, and possibly defeat, Floyd Mayweather at his peak.
Canelo made Canelo miss, stood right in front of him when he was supposed to. He moved when he was supposed to. Made it look easy. He beat Canelo Alvarez better than Floyd Money Mayweather, which makes him better than Floyd Money Mayweather, in my opinion.
Canelo Alvarez, having faced both Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford, called Crawford the better fighter after losing to him by unanimous decision in 2025 when Crawford claimed the undisputed super middleweight title, praising Crawford's superior versatility, sharper ring IQ, smooth stance transitions, and exceptional defense.
With him, I love Crawford. I told you when Crawford and Spence that Crawford would beat the hell out of him, but Canelo is a different proposition. It's an interesting fight, but I think there's only one winner.
What fight
Why
would
do you
make
feel
the most?
he wipes the floor with him?
Why?
Is it because of the weight difference?
Because Canelo, Canelo is used to fighting at a particular level, and and I don't think that Terence can hurt Canelo, but Canelo can hurt Terence.
Do you think the welterweight Boots Ennis would stand a chance against Crawford? Or
I have no idea, but I know that Boots Ennis is a tremendous fighter and a great talent. Whether he'd stand a chance with Crawford, I don't really know, because at 147, Crawford is, I think...
Floyd Mayweather Jr. forged one of boxing's greatest careers, retiring undefeated at 50-0, thanks to his exceptional defense and ability to dominate across 5 weight classes from super featherweight to light middleweight. Known for his precise footwork, incredible speed, smart counterpunching, and knack for controlling fights while staying safe, he captured 15 major world titles during a highly competitive era, consistently defeating top-level, respected champions and proving himself as one of the sport's most complete and dominant fighters.
Mayweather. I can see it, because Crawford got a little bit of Mayweather in him, but he got the offense going on. It's not like all defense, blocking everything, points, you know. Crawford can actually hurt you. He's actually a fighter. He'll fight you. You know, he'll box you, but he'll fight you too. He ain't no joke.
Following a similar trajectory, Terence Crawford remains undefeated, capturing over 18 major world titles across 5 weight classes and becoming the first male boxer to hold undisputed status in 3 divisions. A natural switch hitter, he gains power and sharpness with each move up in weight, enhancing both accuracy and knockout ability, and has beaten elite fighters like Errol Spence Jr. and, most recently, Canelo Alvarez.
Say was your toughest opponent. You got guys that punch hard and hit hard, and you got guys that come out and win a few rounds, but nothing really was tough. I've been in a boxing gym and guys have given me great sparring and great work. They say ass whooping will humble you. I come home and say, you got to tighten up, champ. Yeah. You got to get it together, champ. And then sometimes I go home and say, is this for me? I make mistakes, but I strive every day to be a perfectionist. And we all know God only made one thing perfect, and that's my boxing man. You know, I didn't have to have 70 fights, or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying...
In a historic showdown, Terence Crawford moved up in weight to challenge for the undefeated super middleweight titles and won by majority decision after 12 grueling rounds, with judges scoring 116 to 112, 115 to 113, and 115 to 113. He dominated with quick footwork, sharp jabs, and precise counters, handling Canelo's power and pressure without losing momentum. Even after taking heavy shots and suffering a cut over his right eye, Crawford maintained his pace, becoming the first modern-era boxer to hold undisputed titles in 3 weight classes, improving his record to 42-0 and securing his place among boxing's all-time greats.
You know, he was a little frustrated in there, but that's part of the game.
The last question is, I know it's right after the fight. Have you feel yet the significance of this win and what it means in your legacy and your career?
To be honest, when I set my sights on doing something and I know what I'm capable of, it's not like a surprise to me. It's a surprise to y'all because y'all didn't believe me, you know, but for me, I knew I could do it and I believed that I could do it. I just needed the opportunity.
Terence, when did you know that you were going to beat him? Over here on your left.
When he signed the contract.
He seemed to focus mostly on body punches, and you were hitting him in the head a lot. Was it your reach that gave you the advantage?
It was everything. You know, he wasn't hitting the body or anything. He was hitting my elbow because I was blocking it, but, you know...
A few weeks ago, Roy Jones Jr. hailed Terence Crawford as one of the greatest boxers ever, highlighting his skill and versatility as rivaling the sport's top Hall of Famers. He praised Crawford's quick stance changes, strong balance, smart ring strategy, and power on both offense and defense, noting that while a few more major fights could further cement his legacy, his recent victories over elite opponents show his talent is finally meeting the high expectations fans have held for years, solidifying his status among boxing's modern greats.
When I set my sights on doing something and I know what I'm capable of, it's not like a surprise to me. It's a surprise to y'all because y'all didn't believe me, you know, but for me, I knew I could do it and I believed that I could do it. I just needed the opportunity.
Terence, when did you know that you were going to beat him? Over here on your left.
When he signed the contract.
He seemed to focus mostly on body punches, and you were hitting him in the head a lot. Was it your reach that gave you the advantage?
It was everything. You know, he wasn't hitting the body or anything. He was hitting my elbow because I was blocking it, but, you know, I think I was the better man.
Keith Thurman praised Terence Crawford's performance as a masterclass in fundamentals, ring control, and smart strategy, showing how Crawford used his jab, movement, angles, and spacing to neutralize Canelo's usual power and pressure. While Thurman initially questioned Crawford moving up in weight, he said Crawford's speed, timing, and composure made the difference, noting that Canelo appeared slower than expected and couldn't leverage his strength or adapt as before. Thurman called Crawford's win a flawless display of planning and technique, acknowledging that Canelo remained dangerous but was clearly outmatched in nearly every way.
I believe in your top 10, maybe even your top 5.
Where do you rank Terence, in your opinion?
I put him in the top 15, maybe the top 10, because he definitely had the skill of a top 5. Just that he hasn't had the opposition that some guys were able to get, and that's not his fault. He just made one of the best fighters in his weight class look like nobody. That's pretty damn good. Now he proved what we already thought. We just didn't see him against the best opposition near his weight class. See, this is the thing people don't understand. This is what I like about Bud. He reminds me of Roy. We ain't got to have the best opposition in our weight class. We want the best opposition near our weight class.
There's been discussion that maybe, you know, Crawford and Inoue are going back and forth tussling for like pound for pound, that maybe Inoue because of the multiple weight divisions. You're shaking your head no. Tell me why no.
Because Inoue also, when he first moved up, he lost to Donaire. Don't forget that. Bud ain't lost nobody. Moving up or down, he moved up 3 times. He lost nobody. Don't tell me he better.
Ando Vargas admitted he wasn't sure what to expect before the fight, but Terence Crawford delivered an exceptional performance, showcasing flawless technique, perfect ring control, and precise punches while executing his plan brilliantly. Vargas recognized that Canelo remained dangerous and skilled, yet Crawford was clearly superior that night, and with both humility and admiration, he acknowledged underestimating Crawford and applauded his dominance and brilliance in achieving such a historic victory.
Crawford, you did it, boy. You did it. For those who still aren't quite sure what they witnessed last night, I'm gonna let you know that you witnessed what is called a notorious boxing clinic. This is everything done right, okay? First, he worked behind the jab, people. Boxing 101, set your shots up behind the jab. Canelo froze up. He was able to minimize the pressure. Step 2, use the ring. Use the ring. Get to the outside. Make Canelo pivot. Make him pivot. Don't let his feet settle. Okay? Pick your spots. This was a notorious hit and don't get hit. That's boxing 101, people. It's actually the definition of boxing. For those who don't know the definition of boxing, it's to hit and not get hit. It's almost like a game of tag, to simplify it for you folks. All right? And yes, Crawford was tagging him. Not just with the jab, moving, but he was able to do another key factor, which is get respect in the ring. He was able to hold his ground in pockets, work the body, go toe to toe, and catch him with that speed. Bah! With that speed, the straight left, the little uppercuts and the hooks to the body.
Fernando Vargas reflected on the fight, pointing out that after nearly 70 professional bouts, Canelo has endured an exceptionally demanding career, and over time, a fighter's reflexes and sharpness naturally decline. While Canelo remains one of boxing's biggest stars, Vargas believes years of major fights have gradually reduced the speed and energy that once defined him, with his power no longer as overwhelming and the spark that fueled his rise seeming to fade.
The big fight. Crawford Canelo. Shout outs to Crawford. You did it, boy. You did it. For those who still aren't quite sure what they witnessed last night, I'm going to let you know that you witnessed what is called a notorious boxing clinic. This is everything done right. Okay? First, he worked behind the jab, people. Boxing 101. Set your shots up behind the jab. Canelo froze up. He was able to minimize the pressure. Step 2, use the ring. Use the ring. Get to the outside. Make Canelo pivot. Make him pivot. Don't let his feet settle. Okay? Pick your spots. This was a notorious hit and don't get hit. That's boxing 101, people. It's actually the definition of boxing. For those who don't know the definition of boxing, it's to hit and not get hit. It's almost like a game of tag, to simplify it for you folks. All right? And yes, Crawford was tagging him. Not just with the jab, moving, but he was able to do another key factor, which is get respect in the ring. He was able to hold his ground in pockets, work the body, go toe to toe, and catch him with that speed. Bah! With that speed, the straight left, the little uppercuts and the hooks to the body.
Bernstein highlighted Crawford's unpredictability as a key strength, explaining that he adapts his strategy during fights rather than sticking to a fixed plan, keeping opponents like Canelo off balance. He also noted that Crawford's skill in switching between orthodox and southpaw stances makes him even harder to read, leaving opponents vulnerable to combinations they can't react to in time.
I'll give you a prosecutor. All right, Carlos.
Excuse us.
Yeah. So, what was the goal?
What do you think happens next for both Canelo and Crawford?
I think that, man.
You got it.
Bud, I always knew that Bud was a great fighter. He can work both guards, orthodox and southpaw. Amazing talent.
Eddie Atlas has long praised Terence Crawford, saying his greatness goes beyond technique, highlighting his mental strengths like perfect timing, reading opponents, and adapting mid-fight. Atlas points to traits stats can't show: cleverness, high ring IQ, and heart, and admires how Crawford moves up weight classes while maintaining his skills and fearlessly facing top challenges, emphasizing that his unique mindset and abilities make him truly one of boxing's best.
part of how he's won, and everybody feels that and rightfully so, that the way he's figured out, I mean, he's constantly changing from lefty to righty. He is a person that alters his attack. Sometimes he's a boxer. Sometimes he's walking people down. Canelo's style is more the same in most fights. He is a counterpuncher who's waiting for you to make your move so he can counterpunch you. Then when he has you in trouble, he's willing to move forward. His attack is a pretty straightforward one. On the face of it, you might say Crawford, but I think the thing about Canelo Alvarez is that he has seen every style that you could.
Canelo Alvarez recently said Terence Crawford is better than Floyd and Jeff Mayweather, prompting Jeff Mayweather to suggest Canelo's remarks were likely meant to boost Crawford's reputation ahead of their fight. While he acknowledged Crawford's talent and intelligence, Jeff disagreed that Crawford surpasses Floyd's defensive skills, noting athletes often make comparisons to highlight their own achievements, and he emphasized that Floyd's undefeated record remains unmatched, showing respect for both fighters.
It was his first time stepping up in weight to 154, and it was a guy with 300 amateur fights, only had 10 pro fights, but he had 300 amateur fights, with the best international fighters in the world. And he had a very deliberate style, a very distinct style, a very awkward style in its own way. So people don't look at that. They don't look at the things, obviously, that I'm looking at, being a trainer, being in the business of boxing.
Roy Jones Jr. suggested that Terence Crawford might think about retiring after his remarkable win over Canelo Alvarez, noting that few fighters could match his recent achievements and he may have nothing left to prove. He praised Crawford for moving up in weight, facing a fighter of Canelo's caliber, and claiming an undisputed title in a third division, calling it a career peak, and his comments sparked debate among fans and experts about whether retirement could be the right move after such a historic victory.
Crawford, do you think he stays there at 168? Does he go down to 160 and try to get another weight class? I'll start with him first. So, what's his next move? He said he doesn't want to rematch with Canelo, but I think that'd be on the table. That's going to be a ton of money, obviously.
I think that the Canelo fight may be so big that it's a fight that he is going to actually probably say yes to.
He has to feel comfortable he can win again. It's not like he got lucky on a one-punch knockout. He won that fight.
Yeah, he won the fight, so I don't see him being. There's no reason for him to be scared.
Right.
And I think that that might be the fight that he'll take out of all the offers that's out there, because now he's at 68. He don't want to go backwards and go down in weight classes.
Very smart fight. Took the fight in the middle. Let Canelo get off his steam early. Came in the later rounds and just outboxed him for the very smart fight. Then stand in the middle for him. Made him use the ring like Canelo doesn't like to do. He took the Erislander Lowry blueprint and used it very well. How surprised were you with Crawford's performance? Was you surprised? Not surprised at all. Not surprised at all. If you look at Erislander Lowry, you notice Bud never turned right-handed the whole fight, because you knew Erislander Lowry gave him most trouble because you used the ring on it as a southpaw.
How special is Terence Crawford as a fighter? First person to be three-way undisputed.
Terence is very special. He definitely goes in the top 10, maybe even the top 5 of the best pound for pound ever.
Do you think, is there anything more for him now, would you say?
Nothing else left for him. That was it.
After Terence Crawford shocked the boxing world by beating Canelo Alvarez to become the undisputed super middleweight champion, many immediately debated whether he could have taken down a prime Floyd Mayweather. That fight showcased Crawford's mastery. He controlled the distance, moved effortlessly around the ring, stayed composed under pressure, and blended sharp strategy with accurate, strong punches. It wasn't just a win, it was a complete demonstration of skill and dominance.